let's talk about cost then, because obviously cost is a consideration when you're considering a website or a CRM. So the cost of a website, like we do them for like $395, depends on how many pages you need and how complicated it is and whether you need e-commerce and all that stuff, right? So we do that, and it's quite a good cost. I think it's a good investment in your future. If you're going to use a CRM like ActiveCampaign just put their prices up, and it can actually work out to be quite expensive. It's per month, but you're talking £50 to £70 a month, possibly. For what, 12 months? Suddenly that's almost like £1,000 a year. So you can have some costs if you're going down the ActiveCampaign route. Now I would actually recommend ActiveCampaign anyway. I think you should commit. If you're going to build a business, you should be absolutely committing to building this business so that in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you've still got this business and you can actually sell it if that's what you want to do. But cost when you're first starting up is obviously a consideration. So what are you going to do? So this is what I think you should do, which actually leads me on to best solution. You want a website, number one. And number two, you want to go to MailChimp. Now, let me just give you a caveat about MailChimp. MailChimp sucks, right? It is awful, but it's free. We'll take it for now. Just be aware that when someone fills in a form, you can't get MailChimp to email you to say that someone's filled in a form, right? That's what the cost of being free will give you. Now, you might lose that lead because they might go elsewhere because you didn't get notified and it took you a couple of days or a week to see that someone's filled in a form. Whereas with ActiveCampaign, you can set it up to send you a little email to say, oh, Dan, someone sent a web form off this web page and this is what they're asking for. And then you can follow up with them. So, yeah, you can go down the MailChimp route, and that might be an ideal solution if you're very absolutely just starting out. But 100% you need to move that money into buying a website. There's no question in my mind that you should have a website. Now, something on the website is this. If you're going to buy a website saying something very specific to what you do, I think that could be a problem. Like my website's in my name, right? So like I could go be a butcher tomorrow and I could have Daniel Latto the butcher, right? And we just send people to that exact same website, daniellatto.co.uk. Or I could be a triathlete, a professional triathlete in my dreams, right? And I could send people to the daniellatto.co.uk triathlete website, and it's got everything about me being a triathlete. I can port that website around with me. Whereas if you've got a website called Best Butchers in Leeds or Best Triathlete in Leeds or Web Design Leeds, I can only use that domain name for those specific tasks. And so when you're first starting out, and I know I'm a bit of a caveat here, I'm saying that you should commit, and then I'm saying don't commit, get a website that you can change. Because I know if you're starting out as a property sourcer, for example, it's really hard. Firstly, when you first get going, it is really hard. It can pay off over a period of time, but you have to be patient and do all the work. But we know for a fact that most people don't do the work anyway. So the ideal solution is a generic kind of domain name, could well be in your name, and get yourself MailChimp to begin with. And if you can actually afford it, go get yourself something like ActiveCampaign. So look, this is a really short one today because we're absolutely rammed. I can't even express how busy we are at the moment. Which is a good thing, okay? It just means our lives have to be a little bit shorter. But go out and go get yourself your website. Go get your business cards. Go get everything else that you need. Like, I don't really think there's much else you need. Get yourself a phone number if you haven't got one. Get yourself an old APA set up so that people can answer the phones if you're not available. All of those things. Just allocate, £100 a month to ongoing costs, and just allocate that. It's a cost of doing business. But go get yourself your website and go get yourself MailChimp if you're keeping costs as low as possible. Hope that's useful. We'll catch up with you tomorrow, and have yourself a wicked day. Take care.